What's going on, guys? This is Raghu from Team Fit and welcome to Fit in 5, and today we'll be taking you through simple and easy 5 tips to cut down your body fat at a faster rate. When you're on a fat loss program, there are few aspects which you need to focus on, which will not only increase the fat loss rate but also boost up your overall health. So we have picked 5 tips which will help you throughout your fat loss journey. The first one is not to do cardio. I know most of you would be like, what? This is what made me lose so much of weight and now you're telling me not to do cardio? Okay, I'm against you. Okay, let me explain to you in a better fashion and the science behind it. Okay, there is something called as aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic is something which will go for long hours with the ease of the flow of the workout which you're doing, okay, like running on the treadmill, like cycling and other stuffs. And anaerobic, which is more of like a weight training and HIIT and other stuffs, okay, aerobic and anaerobic stuffs. Okay, when you're on an aerobic state, one molecule of ATP is converted into 30 or 35 depending on your body state, 30 plus to be frank, ATPs, which will give you so much of energy, like you keep on going in that without any like oxygen depth and other stuffs. But in the anaerobic, like weightlifting and HIIT and sprints, what happens is the ATP single molecule is turned to lactic acid, which is the byproduct which you get because of the muscle soreness when you're doing a dumbbell curl or shoulder press or chest press and other stuffs. You might have observed that you get the lactic acid formation on your muscle groups. So that is a byproduct of that ATP and it won't convert to other 30 or 30 plus. Okay, and the simple reason is this one ATP molecule in the aerobic zone will become 30 plus and the 30 will give you a lot of energy. Okay, and this will one is going to be burnt and will form the lactic acid and it will fetch one more ATP again. Okay, the reason is if you want to burn more fat, here one molecule is giving so much of energy and here one molecule is giving you a little bit of energy, so you are tend to get too much of fat when you're burning and whenever you are actually going for a fat loss program. So try to go for anaerobic activities like HIIT, sprints and other stuffs. You might get it online. There are a lot of workouts which you can go for anaerobic zones, and sprints like interval trainings you can adapt to, and also weight training especially. The second tip is to work on bigger and larger muscle groups like chest, back and legs especially, because when you consider a muscle group, you are putting some energy when you're working on it. Okay, the energy is burnt when you're working on it. If you're choosing a smaller muscle group like abs, bicep, shoulder, tricep and calves, and these are the smaller muscle groups, when you're choosing this, you are burning very less calories. Okay, so whenever you're picking a bigger muscle groups like chest, back and legs, you are burning a lot of calories because these are the large muscle groups and they are elongated for almost like your limb length. So try to focus on the larger muscle groups, which will not only give a better physique for you guys but also help you in the fat loss program. Most of you might think, I just want bicep, I just want shoulder, these are my weakness, but you have to focus on the overall health and overall physique and the overall body, how you look. So try to train for bigger and larger muscle groups, which will give you a better physique and which will also help you have a better fat loss. The third tip is to not to eat less but to eat what is right for you. Okay, I've seen most of the people, like whenever they feel like they want to have this fat loss in their body, they jump to these crash diets. I hate this word crash diet. People always tend to go to these crash diets when they see this YouTube stuffs and other videos like 1000 calorie diet, 1 week you lose 5 kilos, 2 weeks you lose 10 kilos and other stuff, but that is really not good for you guys. Okay, the reason is it will crash down your metabolism and what happens after that is never written anywhere else. Okay, so don't go to crash diets. I've written a lot of stuffs about this crash diet in my Facebook page as well, so do go check it out once, because that will be useful for you guys to understand what exactly is crash diet and other stuffs. Okay, and eating less is not an option, because whenever you're eating less, you are making your body used to that lesser calories, which will get down your BMR level. BMR meaning the basal metabolic rate. The metabolic rate means the metabolism your body has, that meaning how much calorie your body needs in order to survive on its own. The more the BMR, you are performing really good. Okay, let me give an example. There are few people who needs a BMR of 1200, but just because they want to have a fat loss, they are jumping down to 600 without even knowing like what is the BMR of their body. Okay, so don't just jump in without having any sense. Okay, try to go on with what is your BMR level and then prioritize what you need to be consuming. 100 or 200 calories less than that is really fine for you to have a better fat loss, but less than that you are actually making your body to just dig deeper, and which will not only crash down your body, but also there will be hormonal problems throughout the line. So try to eat what is right and not to eat less. The fourth tip is to know what you're eating. I know most of you would be like, I don't want to get into this. I tried tracking all the macros, but I'm finding it difficult. That's the reason why we have most of the fitness tracker apps, which will help you to track whatever amount of food you are having. The reason why I'm telling you to know what you're eating is, unless and until you don't know what you're eating, if someone tells that have this much amount of food, even if that is more, you will have to eat it and you won't get results. Okay, that's the reason why I'm telling you to know what you're eating. It's just a simple math. 1 gram of protein will give you 4 calories, 1 gram of carb will give you 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat will give you 9 calories. Okay, it's just simple as that. Breaking down your calories into this 3 portions: carb, protein and fat, based on your goal. If you're not sure how to prioritize and how to proportionately divide this carb, protein and fat based on your goal, which is the fat loss, just go down to avifitness.in/self-transform page, which will help you to prioritize this and categorize and divide it based on your basal metabolic rate and also your fat percentage. The fifth and the most important tip is to not to stick to the same diet plan for longer period. The reason why I'm telling is, what most of the people do is they get diet plan from online and other videos like 1200 calorie diet, 600 calorie diet for fat loss and other stuff. They tend to follow that. What happens behind the scene is your body tries to drop some weight and fat by following that fat loss program, whichever you are following, and after that what happens is your body tries to adapt to that amount of calories whichever you're giving. So that is when you have to reiterate it so that you have a better fat loss. You have to like recycle and reiterate through the diet plan whatever you have, so that you continuously kick that fat loss program. Okay, you have to reiterate in order to have a better fat loss, and you can't stick to the same diet because your body will adapt to the amount of calories whichever you're giving. I hope you'll have a better fat loss journey from now on with the information which you got from this video. And feel free to comment down if you have any queries regarding fitness or nutrition. We are happy to help you anytime, and hit that like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Until my next video, stay fit to inspire.